Last week I uploaded a video about my Shogun method experience and hypnosis in general, and some people came to my Insta, which you should follow me on, and asked me about if it is worth it or not, and all that questions about regarding it. And here I'm gonna speak about my experience in depth within hypnosis and Shogun method, and tell you if it is worthwhile, and tell you something that Derek doesn't teach you about this. The thing that surprised me and shocked me and made me give up on the part, the enslavement part, because I learned all the parts and I mastered them. But after learning that fact about the enslavement part, I just gave up on it because it doesn't align with my goals, which I'm going to tell about at the end of the video, but you need to watch it truly so I understand my perspective about it and if you can relate to it or not. Now, I am a Muslim who was raised in a moral, faithful way that wasn't degenerate. So therefore, I had no interactions with women. I didn't want to, and I was planning to get married after high school. I just wanted it to be halal 100%. I never was interested in picking up girls, I was interested in having multiple wives, but I wasn't interested in like having relationships and sleeping around and all that. At the same time, I was kind of nerdy and I was raised by a single mother, so I lacked social skills. I lacked the capacity of having a charm. I just devote myself to studying and improving my grades, which harmed my social skills. And other than that, I was skinny and got bullied a lot. So my social skills, self-esteem was below zero. And the only thing that I had going for me was my intuition, my guts feeling. That's something that I believe within me is supernatural. Like my capacity and ability to just talk with somebody for 10 seconds, 20 seconds, and know their personality, know what they want, is just something that I have as a talent. Other than that, it's something that I worked on and developed. Now, since I was religious, I had no experience and I lacked in that area. Till age 16, which a lot of things happened. One of them was I was working with this not salesman, kuryemişçi in Turkish. And he was a bald, fat guy, not very fat, but kind of fat. And he was originally from Palestine. But he was born in Cyprus and raised in Cyprus. And he had a wife, which was a very beautiful woman, and 2 daughters. And he would cheat on her. But the thing is, he cheated on her with variety of women. Some are uglier and some are hotter. But he wasn't like handsome. He wasn't like super rich. He was kind of financially good, but he wasn't super rich. Yet he had a lot of relationships. And one day his friend left his wife. His friend was economically bad. They were poor people. Left his wife with this salesman, not salesman, to clean up his labor and all that. And I was helping her with cleaning. And then he would come in, and his friend's wife is very ugly. Like, I would give her best 2 out of 10. And I'm not being sarcastic here. And he would like fondle her ass and be like, oops, and she would laugh. He's like checking, he's calibrating on her. And I got very angry. Like, first thing, that's immoral because it is your friend's wife. Like, even if you want to do the major sense, it is disgusting and immoral to do it with your friend's wife, you know? So I was shocked, angry. At the same time, I was surprised, like, why? And to my shock, to add to the pain of the wound, while they were talking and flirting, he asked her about the car, because she had a car. She came in a car. And she was like, yes, my husband, which is his friend, bought it to me yesterday for my birthday. I was shocked. Your husband bought you a car, a present, and they are like financially poor people. They're not like it's not like it's something extra. It's something like very hard for them to get. It wasn't some fancy car. It was probably 4,000, 4K liras, 5K liras, something like that. But still, a car is a car, and a gift is a gift, and your husband is a husband. So I was like, why? And throughout my experiences in high school, I would see women behave and girls behave in a different way. I was like, why they behave like this? What is wrong with me? What is wrong with them? Why do they come to certain people? So I decided to learn it after high school, pickup, and I come across RSD Max videos, real social dynamics. Now they no longer post, so it's no longer something you can get. And I started to learn infields, from infields, and I started to apply immediately. At the beginning, I would go and be like, robotic, and the adrenaline pumping in my blood and my veins. I was shaking just from one approach, which I thought would be way easier because I would only get those like adrenaline when I would approach my crush in high school. But I thought that any other girl, I wouldn't have it. But turns out I would have it. After crushing this comfort zone I had and struggle, I started to get numbers. Then I would get like touching physical, and then I would like kiss, pull, and some other things on the side. Now, I didn't want to commit the sin of zina. Therefore, I never like fucked. I know I'm still a virgin, and people laugh at me when I say this, but I'm saying it like honesty. I didn't want to. I could have if I wanted to, but it's up to you to believe it or not, if I have the experience or not. Anyway, so what I did in pickup, I would like go pull. When I pull to my neighborhood, which is like this, let's say I'm the beginning of the street where I live in, I will consider it a win. I will come up with an excuse. I will tell her, oh, sorry, I remember that's some job I had to do. I have to go. I'm very, very sorry. Here's taxi, here's the bus, here's the whatever. Go in it. I will talk to you later. And most of my relationships were in Cyprus, like 3 days maximum. And then I will cut her out because I'm not gonna do something with her. I'm just getting the experience out of it. I want to get as much experience as possible. But at the same time, as you get better and better, the woman in your life will want more from you. And I got begged a lot to bang a lot of girls from a lot of girls, which is something a lot of people don't believe me when I say it, but it's up to you to believe me or not. It's something that happened, perhaps 20, 30 times. And I started from the age 17. So from 17 to 22, which is my current age, 5 years, you can say, 5 years. And I would like go on and off, repent for periods of time when I repent, because I feel guilty whenever I do something that is, I know, immoral. So even if I go on a period doing it, I will like eventually repent. 3 months, 1 year, 2 years, and then I will go back to it. So throughout those years, I got begged a lot by a lot of women to bang them. And it's not, beginning it's something like cool and something like you tell your friends about it, but after a while it's like a code you hack. It's like a game that you figured out a glitch in, and it's something that is repetitive if you play it right, if you do the right moves. After a while, I learned that pickup doesn't last. It is good at the short term, but the long term it doesn't like last. It's not something that is powerful enough for you to implement on daily basis and to have long-lasting relationships. And that's something that I wanted to have. Therefore, I was looking for something that will help me last longer in a relationship. And I found hypnosis, Shogun method, by fractionation video or something like that. And I was like, is this real? Does this work? And I watched most of the free videos on YouTube. And basically the free videos is something like one free thing and then fractionation.
The fact is that with this technique, you'll be able to make any woman like you, even if you're not as good looking as Brad Pitt or as rich as Richard Branson. Here's a simple description on how fractionation works, and if you tried to seduce a woman, then you're really missing.
So I wanted to buy, but I couldn't buy it. I looked for free things, samples and all that I could find, but I only found one PDF, two PDFs for free, and that's it. And I read them, I applied them, and they did work. What I found, which is better than buying the Shogun method, is buying hypnosis books that teach you general implementations and principles of hypnosis and help you become a better person and be more attractive. So I read through, what was it called? The Science of Chemistry, the Science of Making Chemistry. And it was an NLP hypnosis-based book, which was 74 pages, something like that. Taught me a lot. I learned a lot from it, implemented it, and started to get more and more results. And then I learned more NLP and more anchoring, implemented commands, which is something that Derek calls, and started to improve very fast till I reached a point where I started to learn symbolic morphology, which is a very, very powerful tool if you master it, which I did. It's so powerful that if you like call a girl and like guide her through it, either through like a live video, which is better because you can calibrate, or just a call, you can get her to just like orgasm immediately, or just feel intense emotions that she will cry out of nowhere. It's very powerful. Now, I didn't find the woman that I want to marry, therefore I didn't do it yet. Like, I didn't go through IRAE, which is intrigue, rapport, attraction, enslave. But after I went into the group with the MK Delta teacher, which you should watch this story about it, I learned more things about enslavement because I asked a lot about it. And I learned it is not you enslaving the girl. It is you mutually getting enslaved to each other. So you are becoming as addicted to her as she is becoming addicted to you. So it's not like one-sided thing. It is a rapport thing. So once you do it, it's not something that cannot be undone. It can be, which is very difficult to do, but it can be. It is something mutual. It's not like you can enslave her, then go and enslave another one, and go and enslave another one, which is something that I hated because I wanted to have 3-4 wives. So that's why I canceled the idea of enslavement, and I just learned and mastered the first 3 principles, which is intrigue, rapport, and attraction. Now, that's something very important to have in your mind if you want to do the Shogun method. Another thing is the Shogun method works heavily on being indirect. You have, even your approach should be indirect, and it is the long-lasting plan. It's not on the short term. It's not like PU. It is long term. And I kind of like that and hate that, because in the intrigue, you cannot show your intentions, which is like wanting her. And I tried it many ways, in different ways, and I had some success and some incidents where I got no success at all. But I found that me showing my intentions from the beginning, depending on the situation, unless it is work or like some place where I meet her regularly, if it's like a quick cold approach or hot approach, then it is better to show your intentions from the beginning. And displaying intent is very easy if you know some people. You just hold the girl hand a little bit longer than usual, give her this like eye contact, and you tell her like, I found you interesting, I found you cute, I found you like that, I would like to talk to you and get to know you. What's your name? Da 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 da. The Shogun is against this, and I find a nice mix where I could show intention at the same time be indirect with my hypnotic language. Now, the thing with showing your attention is she will shield up if she doesn't feel it. So it is like either hits or not from the beginning. So as long as you can like postpone the showing attention, it will be better, but you don't want to postpone it enough that you will fall in the friend zone. So this is something very critical, and it is something that you will gain with experience. It's not something easy to get from the beginning. It is something you need to measure and like write down, I did this wrong, I did this wrong, oh, okay, I did this right, I did this right. And you have to recall and ask people who are better than you at this thing, and they will give you feedback and correct your mistakes. Now, so basically intrigue and then catch attention. And the thing with catching attention is that for you to manipulate the unconscious, you must have the conscious focused on something, so you can bypass the critical faculty. And if you don't know what's all of those things, I'm gonna make a video about the conscious mind and the unconscious mind and give you like a mind 101 about all the subjects you need to learn about this. Then you're gonna go through reports and they were like mirroring and all that. I will cut you short with a very effective tip about reporting. Imagine a friend in front of you that you really have good rapport with and you just connect immediately, or imagine somebody you really love. Just imagine it in your head right now. And then go talk with the person you want to interact with. You will naturally feel reporting with them because you already in that state. So you thinking like, oh, she moved this hand, wait 3 seconds, then I moved this hand. It's very stupid. Don't do it. Do this step. It will save you a lot of time. It is very effective. Mirroring is a good measurement to check upon rapport, but it's not a very good measurement to do technically or mechanically to make reports. So rapport is something natural. You don't want to fake reports. You want rapport to come naturally. Okay? Then you learn attraction, where you're gonna use a lot of repel, push-pull, which is what does he call it? I forgot what Derek called it. Derek changes a lot of names for the things, which is a push-pull through implanted commands and your body language. For example, you cannot desire this, and while saying this, you point to yourself subtly because your unconscious detect those things, but your conscious mind does not. As long as the conscious mind does not detect them, it will not reject them. So as you say, you like the thing you desire, and you point to yourself subtly, very fast, not very fast like this. No, you like. I will give you an example right now. You know, sometimes in life you see something that you desire, and then you just pursue it and just want to be close to it. Okay, that's an example. So I made it obvious so you understand, and I'm gonna make a video about it. But that's basically how you self-point. It's very powerful anchoring method, and it requires rapport to work. You cannot just go to people and be like, oh, you desire. I think it will work. No, it doesn't. Now, what's something else I want to talk is Shogun method. Worth it or not? The short answer is yes, but. The long answer is yes, but you will get enslaved while buying Derek's product. Because if you buy it, Derek does explain it and he doesn't scam you, but he will not explain it in full depth for a person who has no hypnotic background. Therefore, if you buy the course, you will be obligated to buy the rest of his courses to understand the basic stuff he's teaching. So on its own, it's not very effective. You will have flaws in your game, in your Shogun method game, which you will need to fill by buying other courses from Derek. And if you buy it, then yeah, you will master it and you will be a very, very powerful seduction hypnotist. All right. Now, what do I recommend? First thing, I'm not gonna teach seduction because I'm against it morally. I'm not doing it for myself, so I'm not gonna teach it unless like somebody who wants to get married, they are engaged and they will like just want to confirm it and want to feel like safe. Then yeah, they can contact me. I will teach it for a reasonable price. Other than that, I'm not gonna teach it. And it's not effective for nightstands. It's not effective at all for like short-term relationships. It's effective for long-term relationships. This is something you must keep in mind. Another thing is what I recommend is you learn hypnosis as a general concept. You understand how the mind works, how attention works, how misdirection works, how implementing commands, how to anchor, what types of anchors, how long those anchors works, how long does a command work, how do you indirect command, how do you give direct commands. All of those things, if you learn them, even if you don't master them, just learn them and then enter Shogun method, you will have higher chances of executing it correctly without mistakes from the first time. All right. So if you learn and master, even if not master, just be advanced or like beginner with some experience at some concepts of hypnosis and NLP, you will do very well in Shogun, because Shogun is not very difficult in its own itself. What it relies on is experience and feeling confident in what you are doing. If you don't feel confident while leading a subject, which is something you should know by now if you're interested in hypnotherapy, the subject will not feel confident in getting led by you. So if it's not confident by getting led by you, do you think it will take the suggestions and the commands that you're giving it to mind? No, it will not. So you must trust it, and then you can confirm it. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching. You can contact me on Telegram or Instagram if you're interested in learning for marriage. You're gonna get married. I don't care if you want it for your girlfriend. I don't care. Only marriage. I will only help people who wants to get married. Other than that, I'm not gonna help you. Or if you are already married. So other than that, good luck with your life. See you.